Alrighty then, we're here for another chapter of DanDaDan, this time chapter 143, chapter title, Let's Take a Break. Let's open the chapter. Alright, we got okay, what's going on here? We got the Momo and Zuma. They're, eating and drinking at a, table, which is, I believe, where we left off last time. Yeah, they ordered some food, I believe. And, yeah, looks like they finished the meal. Momo says, "Phew, I am stuffed." And then she goes on to say, "What a feast." And then she says, "Yawn." All of a sudden, I'm sleepy. And then Zuma says, "Hey, don't fall asleep. We're behind enemy lines here." Next page, we got a shot of the streets of the city they're in, and there's a bunch of the frog NPCs walking around. Momo says, "Actually, doesn't it seem like there'd be an inn or something here?" Zuma says, "No way, that'd be way too risky. I'm telling ya, we can't sleep in a place like this." Momo responds, "Don't you think it'd be okay? It's not like anybody is attacking us right now." Zuma says, "You're unreal. Aren't you at all scared?" Momo responds, "You're tough." "Oh, so you expect me to handle it?" says Zuma. And then Momo responds, "I'm being serious. It's time we got some actual rest or we'll be in trouble." She goes on to say, "Neither of us, has recovered our powers fully." And she goes on to say, "And look, the design on this card has four big circles. The, is that a French word? Patissier, snake, and knight, uh, we've dealt with." Okay. And showing a picture of the little emblem with the defeated bosses on it. There's still one blank in the middle. Next page, it shows it again, but like closer up. And then she goes on to say, "That must mean we've got one stage left, don't you think?" She says, "And if it's like most games, the final stage will be super hard." Zuma responds, "Fine, I get it. But we take turns keeping watch, deal?" And the next page she responds with, deal. And now they're walking through the city, going up some stairs. There's a frog playing a flute or something. And, oh, what's going on here? So they found a place that is candy themed, similar to the chef frogs from before. All right. The frog at the entrance says, "Welcome. Two rooms. Will be 4 Fs, please." Mo responds, "God, it costs money. Shit." Zuma says, "I don't got a single one of those to my name. Uh, and I've only got two left," she says. Well, and then, okay, on the next page, Zuma says, "We'll get a room for yourself then." Or, yeah, well, get a room for yourself then. "And I'll keep watch in the hall." She says, "Huh?" Question mark, exclamation point. What the hell, that would totally suck. I'd feel way too guilty to sleep." And she goes on to say, "You can use the room, Zuma. In exchange, just give it your all later." And he says, "As if I could do that. You're the one who thought to pick them up." I said, "No way," she says. Alright. I don't. They're both in the room somehow. I don't know how they paid two more than they had, but okay. Uh, this was your idea. Now what? Now what? That was Zuma speaking, by the way. And then she responds, "Now what?" Question mark. Now we rest. I don't know how they both got in here. okay, one of them I see on the next page is sitting outside. All right. Zuma says, "Well, I'll be out in the hall. Tell me when it's time to switch." Oh, okay, I see what they're doing. And he leaves in some store, and she says dot dot dot, and he's outside the hall, sitting on the floor next to the door. And we got a shot of Momo just looking at the door, I guess, or whatever. And then she says, "Cool." Uh, then next page she says, "So where's the bath?" Huh? She finds some kind of frog thing. And it's got words on it. A washing machine. Okay, wait, what does it say? High speed washing machine. And I don't think the rest is legible. She says, "I'm scared, or I'm saved, rather. I felt grody for ages." Um, so she puts her clothes into the frog's mouth. Oh, accidentally zoomed in. All right. So she puts the clothes into the frog's mouth, and then on the next page, she's wearing nothing but a towel, and the frog starts washing the clothes. And she says, "Whoa, is this thing okay?" Now dot 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 dot. What's this bath gonna be like? Okay. The bath is a like a pool of water. Um, and there's a window looking out on the city. Very cool, I guess. If you don't mind having a window in the same place you're taking a bath, I guess. Anyways, um, and we got Zuma back out in the hall, just sitting there, and the shot of him just sitting there, not saying anything, and then you hear Momo say Zuma, and he says Irk, and then she comes out the door and says, "Come in here a sec." As she's fully clothed again. Hurry. She says, and then she goes on to say, "You've been sitting out here waiting like that. Hilarious," she says. Um, and then Zuma and enters the room, and he says, "That was fast. Did you actually get any sleep?" Never mind that," says Momo. Uh, and then she walks him through the place with the washing machine, and he says, "Whoa," and then she says, "The bath here is super deluxe." Um, and Zuma stops to look at the washing machine, and she says, "And this washing machine washes and dries wicked fast." And Zuma says, "Wow." And she says, "Okay, now I'll go outside. You can sleep first if you want." Um, and then she says, as she closes the door behind her, she says, "Take your time." And Zuma's just looking at the door. He's just looking, and he slaps his face. They smack sound effect. All right. And he says, "Cool." And then he goes into the bathroom with the bath or whatever. And she's outside sitting in the hall, just as he was before. She's staring at the window, um, just sitting there, not saying anything. And I guess in her thoughts is Okarun dot dot dot. Uh, and then this is flashback to, or no, this is, okay, I think we're back with Turbo Granny and company. The idol girl, I believe, is saying, "Takura, don't you think we should stop?" Turbo Granny says, "Don't stop. Outrun him." Oh, and then we got the police officer guy. He's saying, "Stop." Triple exclamation point. And then he's chasing them while on a bicycle. I think it's a bicycle. Is it a motorcycle? I don't know. Looks a little slender for a motorcycle. I think it's a bike. Anyways, got Okarun and Turbo Granny form dashing, and then we got the idol girl on another bicycle, Turbo Granny riding on the shoulder of Okarun, and the friend of the idol girls, the ghost, whatever, flying alongside them. All right, who's saying this? This is the bicycle police officer guy speaking. He's saying, "You shouldn't be loitering in your school uniforms at this hour. Okarun says, Mega outrun him. That's Turbogray speaking. And then we got the ghost friend of the idol girl saying he's persistent, isn't he? And then idol girl says, we should stop. And then Okarun says, what a bummer. And then Okarun goes on to say, there's no way we can stop. And he goes on to say, Momo-chan is waiting for us. Back to Momo and Zuma, and Zuma walks out the door to find Momo sitting and also sleeping. Hey, time to swap. And then he says, "Yo," as she doesn't respond because she's sleeping, sitting there. And then he scratches his head, not sure what to do. And he touches her arm and says, "Hey, wake up." And she says, in her sleep. And then he helps her up and brings her to the bed. And he says, "You shouldn't be sleeping out there." And then she says, and then, and then, and the next page, he's putting her on the bed. She's still sleeping, basically. And she says, K, ... And he says, geez. And you were the one acting all big, telling me we have to stay here. Uh, uh, she says, tell me ... You love me? No, she's having a dream. Speaking in her sleep. Oh gosh, the bubbles. The little bubbles that imply romantic moment. Alright. With Zuma. And then her sleeping. And she now got shot of her just sleeping in the bed. Zuma's back outside, sitting, and it says to be continued. Alright. Cool. Fun little chapter. Got the little hotel room. And Turbo Granny and company are being chased. But making their way. Alright, cool. Alright. Fun chapter. End of recording.